ladies and once again, it should be on. I don't know why.
Yeah, you going
You
in and
gotta
out.
talk closer to the mic.
I'm fine.
Yeah, now you're fine. Now
Yeah,
you
Listen,
yeah,
all right.
you're good
I was
now.
great before. Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We appreciate y'all for joining us once again. As always, I am your man, K Marvel.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy QS.
And
Our brother couldn't make it today, but you know him as the Big Stretch.
it's me, Striker Dragoon.
And we are your four corners of commentary.
3 of 4.
Well, I mean,
Pew, 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 pew,
that's what the
Pew,
show is.
pew,
Damn it.
pew. Damn, fucking hands cramp on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, long story short, we're just going to hit y'all just like this. This is a spoiler alert. This is a spoiler warning. You have been warned. We are going to talk about a lot of different things going on right now. Rumors about movies like Doctor Strange 2. Our main review is going to be about The Batman, but we got a couple other things that we're going to chat about this episode also. So I'm going to give it away to our guy Striker, who will be the host for today's episode.
Yes,
Or
because people are tired.
What happened,
quick,
son? What happened? Oh,
quick. We gotta give
yeah.
a quick time. It's a quick pause on everything. First
Yes,
off,
sir.
we'll have to let me just also everybody give a special birthday shout out to the
Yeah.
man, the one and only, our one of our day one supporters, Jesse. As
Chill.
always, happy birthday, my brother.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday,
bruh.
brother.
You already
Happy
know.
birthday.
I was literally waiting. I was waiting until you actually got on to finally to say it to you. I was waiting this whole time. I said I was going to give you a shout out on the show, and I meant it. So of course you already know, Jesse. You know how we rock. You've been one of my
Day
good friends
ones.
that I've met. One of the great friends that I've met through the job, and we've been boys and brothers ever since. It's always love with you. You always give good vibes. You always give good advice. It's never any bad switch ups. You've never switched up. You've always stayed 10 toes with everything, with anything that goes. As always, enjoy your birthday. You already know it's more life and more blessings, my brother. I love you. I can't wait for you to come back. You already know how we rock. Keep resting well. Keep getting better, brother. You already know. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Shout
We
out
got
to
the applause button, right? Put some applause.
I don't
in
think
there.
you know what. Like, oh, that's not it. No, that's not it.
That's it.
That's
There
it.
we
But
go. That's
that's
how we
it.
do it. Yes.
But here's
Yes.
the
You
thing.
got the
I don't know if
soundboard.
people outside can hear it. That's the thing. So we can hear it. But know that there's a round of applause for that man.
Always.
Happy birthday, brother.
What's
Yeah,
up,
we
Tim?
appreciate you. We love you, man. Appreciate you.
Shout out to my boy Tim. He
Oh,
says
what's
happy birthday to you,
good,
Jesse.
Tim?
Shout outs to Jesse. Shout outs to Moses.
Word.
Yes.
Shout out to
So,
all
I'm in
Court, Tiff.
Uh,
What
let's see.
happened?
Who else is in the comments? Definitely make your voices heard, make your presence known. But all right. So I have the control today. So we are going to speak about our first topic, being that today was press screenings, I believe, for Doctor Strange 2 or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Marvel is spoiling the goddamn movie already.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
And
Yeah,
I was
they
already
are.
hyped for the movie, but I was not expecting them to pull a Sony.
Two
It's annoying.
spoilers in like 3 days.
So initially, what do you guys think of the movie before you actually go see the movie? What are your expectations? Being that they pretty much spoiled a lot of the great stuff already. We're seeing characters that we knew or we were rumored, but we're starting to see them in their confirmations in the movie. But what do you guys think this movie is going to be
Well,
ultimately?
respectively, I've actually like I've done myself the service of like not looking at anything in
Oh
regards
man,
to
you're a
going
lucky man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. If anything, I don't because I'm not going to spoil myself. I'm not going to do it. I just rather I'm gonna wait till the actual movie comes out. Where we
Next
go
Friday.
when we
Yeah.
next Friday to see it and be like, okay, so I can get a full brunt of it. I'm not like so. I guess like I can't. My opinion on this is going to basically be invalid because I've stayed away from that part of the internet. I've stayed away from it. I just
So then here's a question: do I have to take you out of the episode while we talk about this so that you're not like spoiled?
Nah, you ain't got to take me out of it because I'm not. You already know. You already know. Low key, I don't give a shit. like,
Yeah, like I don't give a shit about spoilers either. I'm
like
just
my
mad at
point.
the fact that I know it's there. I
Like,
don't need you to show me
you
that
don't
it's
want them to.
there.
Okay, so you don't want them to show it to you, but at the same time, it's just like. But here's my thing: is like, what if they still show it to you, but you like me, you don't give a shit about the spoilers
No,
regardless.
I
I'm in
mean,
your same court. I don't care about
wait.
spoilers.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. We're Marvel fans. We do know. Hopefully, I hope these what they've done recently is true, but we know that they've done some bullshit in their commercials too. So they
Mhm.
could just be hyping everybody up for nothing.
But
I
I
hope they're
haven't
not.
seen them. I haven't seen them go this route for any of the things that they were doing before. In a sense
Dude,
of
they've done full scenes that we thought was in the movie that isn't. Pivotal scenes that would have changed
true,
the entirety of the entire movies.
true, but being that this is
So
Doctor Strange,
and
anything we
plus
see can be
and
possible.
yeah, no, very true. But that was the same thing with Spidey. When they had the scene with him landing on the Statue of Liberty, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like it was rumors that made it that it was the three of them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So so us seeing what we've seen so far, and if y'all really aren't trying to be spoiled, don't watch any of the TV spots from 10 days ago, from the 10-day
Shit,
commercial
today.
to
Don't
the
watch
end.
anything from today.
Yeah.
True.
But
But yeah, it's if it is real, then I am overly excited. Um it's what up, sis? What up, Court? Um yeah, there's a lot of things into it, you know. I can't say, I don't know if I know as much or if y'all know as much as if our knowledge of comics are equal, but shouts out to Kim. Hope you're feeling better, sis. Um but you move way too fast, bro.
yeah,
um
I was trying to at
but
least get everybody there and show it.
uh but America Chavez is a big deal. I'm really excited to see her
Hmm.
and
Is
to
it
see
on?
her star powers and her
Do we?
powers. And I've been
So
saying this. I've been
can we?
saying this for the longest. I can't wait till they officially announce the Young Avengers movie,
Right.
because all the pieces are right there in front of your face. And if you don't know, start from WandaVision. Thank you very much.
Uh,
Um,
AKA one of the best of that whole miniseries.
I I
My
mean,
opinion, just my opinion. I think it's
look,
high
But I mean,
tier.
hey,
it links right to the movie,
listen.
so it's
I mean,
fine
either
for me.
way, I've enjoyed everything. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were
um,
gonna say something, QS?
No, I was gonna say what I was gonna ask is it can we just agree that I guess the Doctor Strange movie it is going to I guess this is what catapults I guess the next phase, the next actual like phase of the whole like Marvel multiverse that everyone
Yes.
like.
I think I I think it I think it's
I've
going to be
been
one of those.
confirmed,
Yeah, I think it's
yes.
going to be one of those like
Okay.
how do you say it? The one of those one of the like the
It's
pivotal
a pivotal
movies,
movie, right?
right?
Yeah.
To lead into it. I think Loki really jump started everything
in terms of the phase.
in terms
Okay.
of the multiverse of truly opening the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And then No Way Home just made it worse, and obviously this is going to make it even worse. So
Right.
Mhm.
I think, and I think a lot of the posters, I don't want to say are ruining things, but they're I've had a lot of questions. Like one of the more recent ones has at least the main like the main ones are obviously Strange and Wanda,
Yeah.
but it's like mirror. It's like five different. It's them in the middle, and then the four to the sides, two next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
it's
talking about
like
that poster
different. Yeah, that poster.
with
Yeah,
like the
and it's
shattered
different
glass?
versions. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Excuse me.
So we've seen
And
two
the
or
zombie version
three.
is there, so
Right.
we know they're definitely going into that what if zombie verse.
What if is
Um,
basically confirmed for the movie? They've
yeah.
confirmed it.
I mean, listen, what I'm about to say aren't spoilers unless you haven't watched it. And QSR, no, you already know this,
So
but
everybody, spoiler alert, spoiler
yeah.
warning.
But we already know that Evil Strange from What If is going to pop in, or not
Right.
even pop in. He's going to be an important part of the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the zombie verse is going to be there, so there will be a Doctor Strange zombie, and the Wanda zombie is coming back. As we saw from the show, she was the strongest one. Um, in the zombie verse of the What If series. Um, there was a rumor that they're going to go into the X-Men 96 cartoon,
Oh God.
um, which would
Mhm.
be interesting. Don't know, God, like that's not one of the best cartoons of the 90s.
I say, but the reason why I'm saying, oh God, bro, is because everything regarding to the X-Men that everyone has tried to put on like actual like live picture feature film, it just isn't. It's never
Doesn't
hit.
translate.
It
But you
never
know
has.
what?
They've never got it to really for the X-Men series. They just never have gotten it to stick, and that's really just the one blemish that you could say
Yeah.
with the entire Marvel
Well,
universe.
no, because there's still Fantastic Four, and that's been rough.
Fantastic
That's
Four is
been
worse.
just as bad, if not as.
Fantastic Four
Yeah,
is
It's been
worse.
right there with X Men.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
X-Men
I would
because
say
of how
no. You're
many
right.
movies?
I will give you
well,
that for
that's the only
Fantastic
thing.
Four. Fantastic Four was so trash to the fact that even I was about to forget about it. Like
Dude,
that's
But
the
that's the whole
reboot
point.
shouldn't
They
even
want you to
be
forget about it.
yeah.
spoken about.
It's once you forget about it. But like X
Yeah,
Men, every reboot they've done with X Men, it's just like you think that they're going in the right direction, and then it just like you get confused. And it's just like, nah, it's not. It's just not.
but you know
It
what?
can't translate it well.
I think one of the best things is that Feige is here, and he has really done a great job with a lot of these characters. And I think he really does understand the true essence of what Stan Lee of what Stan Lee or the values that
Agreed.
Stan Lee put into a lot of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think that's part of the reason why I'm so excited about the X-Men being in the MCU, because not only does it open up so many different storylines with the Avengers and Spider-Man and everybody else, but it opens up a way to
We'll get truer to comic fashion
well,
stories.
I don't even want to say I
Now
don't
with
even want to
their
say true
inclusion.
to the comic. I want to say more so that it will be represented in a better light.
Okay.
Um, because remember, not everything is going to be close to the comics. You know what I
True.
mean?
Like this
We
isn't, but it can be. It can be
no,
something.
for sure. I mean, listen, I will I'll I mean, I don't mean this, but I'll give you $100 if they use the original five X-Men. Like, you know what I mean?
Talking about
So
Cannonball Team X-Men,
Cannonball,
Mhm.
or you're talking
sir.
about
What is wrong with you? The
896.
original X-Men. Iceman, Angel, Cyclops, Beast, and Marvel Girl.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Beast as human Beast as
He
Cannonball. My
was
bad.
human beast.
He was.
I'll
he
say I was
was-
thinking of Human Beast as Cannonball. That's what I was thinking of.
Can't. How can you
I don't
even
look. He
trust
just
this
had
dude,
the. I remember
bro?
he had the cap, the black cap, and you see
He had
him
the
in his bare
goggles.
feet and all that. Right.
Yeah, bro. Wait, who?
Confused. Beast. Beast had a cap on, if I remember correctly. He didn't have the blue furry skin yet.
Oh, yeah.
It was the yellow and black
But
suit team. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember what
But
he was talking
but yeah, that'll be the only way I would be like super shocked. I feel about that. But but yeah, I mean, Doctor Strange is look, man. I mean, I feel like I say this about majority of the Marvel properties that we've seen. It's going to be interesting. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting about the way they handle it, the way they approach it. The multiverse has so many different ways you can approach
how
it.
they merge universes, what's really gonna be real, what's
Yeah,
gonna be fake. Like when I say fake
Yeah.
in a sense of like a what if scenario being put in a movie, but it's not canon to the central universe.
oh,
True.
listen. Look,
But
we've all watched psychological thrillers and movies with time travel, a la Donnie Darko. So there's a lot of different um there's just a lot of different ways to approach everything right now, and I'm just
To an
excited.
extent.
I'm really excited.
To an extent.
uh my side of things, I love Sam Raimi. If you guys know, I'm a freaking huge Ash versus Evil Dead slash Evil Dead slash Army of Darkness type guy. I own all the movies. I've watched every bit of medium of whatever that has Ash Williams in it. So I absolutely love Sam Raimi and what he's done for that franchise. So to find out today that the um the British board who rates the movies, apparently they gave a description of why the movie is PG-13, and we are in for some shit with this movie, and I cannot wait. Apparently things of impaling, ripping bodies apart, blood, gore.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The movie. I'm talking about Doctor Strange.
Oh, so basically it's going to be like an extreme rated R movie.
It's not rated R. It's still
It's
PG-13,
PG-13.
but in a sense that they're going to
They're
push it
probably
to its
gonna push
absolute
it as
limits.
much as they could. Yeah.
But
Okay.
I've actually seen in one of the trailer spots that a body gets.
Well, it's
So
probably, let's be honest, it's probably a zombie body, and
obviously, but
that would be the best way that they can handle that.
it's just I can't wait. I know the horror aspect is going to be amazing, but just seeing who I've seen already, and they're just throwing people in this movie, and this was really killing me that they showed who they showed already, because there's so much more that they're probably
Could be
going to
fake.
show.
It could be fake. My
No, I
rumor,
don't think it's fake. I
I
don't
hope
think
it's
it's
not.
fake.
My thing is, I've already seen Stretchy Man. I've seen him with my own eyes. I don't give a fuck what everybody says. Stretchy Man is definitely in the movie.
Stretchy man. That's a
But
nice pun on
That's a
place.
nice way to cover it up.
Yeah, stretchy man.
yeah, Stretchy Man, Ball Mind Man, and 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 Whisper Loud Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Whisper loud man.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
And
So
then British woman and other things. Right.
I don't think British woman.
British woman. Mm-hmm.
A British woman.
Mm-hmm. Don't think too hard.
What about otherworld British women?
Otherworld British woman.
I don't think they would. Why would they go with the woman and not the guy?
They
Well, I
could
mean,
they confirmed.
they could do either or. To be honest with you,
They confirmed though.
that
It's
she's one of
confirmed.
them. That'll be interesting. But then
She
who's
is.
gonna play her? Ooh,
No, it's still
what are you
it's
talking
still
about?
who
The
it
same
was.
girl?
Still who it was.
The same girl from the Fox movie?
There's no way they're gonna recast her. It's the same person
From the Fox movie.
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God! Hold on.
Oh
Hold
no,
on, ladies and gents.
you're talking about the love interest from What If, who's not a love interest anymore. She's like a OG player. Yeah. Okay,
Right.
That's not who I was. But that's not the one I was thinking about. I was thinking the one who was an X-Man.
Oh, it's very possible.
I mean, that would be interesting.
You mean First Class, or you're talking about?
Nah, son. Technically, she would have showed up in Apocalypse. But she became a captain because she's a Captain Britain now. Or, well, I mean, I haven't read. I'm still like 6-7 months behind the comics. So,
well, we'll talk about that on Extra.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, we want to spoil, but we don't want to spoil. But we said enough. But it's going to be really good.
It's going to be a really good movie.
But so let me just get into one thing, because I could spoil this, because obviously it's going to be in the movie. The prop director for some of the Marvel stuff confirmed that a specific prop is actually a mainstay thing throughout these series now, and that it's important, has plenty ramifications for the movie as well as the rest of the phase going through.
Oh, yeah.
So if you watch WandaVision, you know Wanda took something and
was
caught using it. He confirmed that specific item is going to be the catalyst for the rest of Phase 4.
By the way, shout out to Catalyst Wrestling.
Yeah, that it was a good show. It was a good show. Definitely a good show. But man, I need to be high watching this movie, man.
What? No. You got to be regular first. You got to watch it normally so your brain can process.
Yeah, you'll miss all the good parts if you.
Yeah, dude, you can't do as a Marvel fan. You can't do that shit to yourself.
That's not how it works. Like you can't watch a movie like Doctor Strange and be like completely off the rock.
Man, the first one was trippy as shit. This one's gonna be.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. So. I guess that's it for Doctor Strange too. I don't want to spoil too much, but we got other things to speak about.
Yeah,
it's going down.
It's definitely going down. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So next up, Discovery. Yes, you heard that right. Discovery Channel, Discovery Brand, the owners of TLC and all these other channels. They have officially bought Warner Brothers. And what does Warner Brothers include? Warner Brothers includes HBO Max. Warner Brothers includes DC and DC Comics and DC TV and DC Movies. They own now TBS, TNT. Anything under the Warner umbrella, they own. And also they have their things as well.
I think this is a very important question that the public needs to know.
So before I get into that, I did not get any of my crack fruit from this party, but crazy. I was high as hell.
False advertising.
I was high as hell. It's not full. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He was high. No, because he was high.
He was high off my ass.
He was high on that crack like it was not like it was fresh
terrible.
Off fucking rack. He was over here
terrible.
That shit like he just got it off the corner. Whole time shit wasn't even there. There was no damn crack.
Q.
It wasn't no crack.
He took that shit and then he was like,
this is crazy.
Not funny, no funny shit. He actually was. Like he really was.
Really was. I started laughing uncontrollably, and then I was told we should relax in the couch in the smoke room, and I did not get up from that couch until we had to leave.
I didn't make it, man.
No. It was a good high trippy experience. It was dope. It's worth it.
And we finally got to see Gushy Tokyo in person, although
That's
I did not recognize her face because I was in the clouds. Cloud 13, if you will, because Cloud 9 wasn't high enough.
Smoke
Yeah.
and you smoke too much.
He didn't
No,
even
I
smoke.
ate a whole
He
bag
did.
of gummies and I shouldn't have.
He just ate a
Oh,
whole.
you
Listen, the
Same
man ate
shit.
the man ate a bag of he ate a couple from the bag of gummies. He ate a couple of those. He had weed infused liquor, so he was
And
good. I
look,
was just
right.
so like I said,
he
same
smoked.
fucking
He was
concept.
nice. Listen. Striker ain't roll a single blunt. I know that. Like
And I ain't need it.
he wasn't out here rolling. He's doing his thing. I was like, all right, brother, you got it. You got it.
Hey, hold up, real quick. Yo, Jesse, always, brother. We love you. Take care. Have fun.
Yes,
And we will see you
enjoy
when
it,
you get back, bro.
enjoy it, bro.
Happy
Enjoy
birthday,
it.
man.
Give my love to the family, man.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yes, Tiff.
Yes,
Weed
you did,
infused
Tiff.
liquor.
Yeah.
Weed infused liquor, and it was glorious. It was glorious. Cosplay.
Glorious.
We had to do dancing all night, at least for what was it? Maybe 4 of the 5 hours dancing all night in the middle of the freaking state, in the middle of the room. DJ was fire. No bad songs played at all. Shout out to DJ Prezi. But back to this discovery thing, because my high discovery is a whole different story. Okay. So Discovery buys out WB. So I don't know. What's up, Yachty?
What up, though?
What's up, Yachty? With body. What's good?
Nice.
Um,
Kinda nice.
let's see. So let me gather my thoughts again. So Discovery buys WB. Early rumors were that they wanted to turn WB or all of the stuff under the umbrella PG. If you know some of the content that goes down, TNT, well, TBS and TNT have AEW, which is All Elite Wrestling. And they like to do a blade job here and there. They like to cuss and say shit and asshole and sometimes try to slip out a F word. A lot of shit and middle fingers and such and such. Clearly, the last couple of weeks, we have been seeing a lot of middle fingers. People are still cussing and stuff like that. So I guess they're not changing it anytime soon. But WB as a whole, especially the DC wing, has been fucked up. They recently fired majority of the WB staff, the CEO, a lot of the top brass people, they all got fired. And they are having somebody head the DC portion of the company at the moment. Also with that, they just announced today that they're cutting out a lot of the scripted programming across all the channels. So things like American Dad, things like Snowpiercer, Animal House, if anybody watches Animal House, those are 3 of a few things that are possibly going to get cut in order to save the company over about $3 billion worth of money. So this also includes the Arrowverse, which has been long overdue to get cut off. So the CW is possibly going to get canned at some point.
Well, they also said that the rumor is that, with that being said about the Arrowverse going, that they might end up expanding on the Batman verse. So we already know the Batman 2 was announced.
Batgirl is in the Batman universe as well.
Yeah. So that I think that's going to be interesting how they expand on that. As you know what, as we talk about this, we might as well bring up the other DC problem situation that's going on right now. Because it all pretty much ties into each other anyway.
Right. It all ties in, but I just want to give that a separate
All
a
right, all right.
separate thing. So
But I listen. You know, with any merger, we know there's changes.
top to bottom,
Whether it's
yeah.
good or bad. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what this means for their comics division? Who knows what this means for their video game division? This is gonna change a lot, honestly. And
Yeah.
you know, like I said, there's a lot of situations. WB Games, W Games Montreal.
They
Um,
were up for sale recently too, which is crazy.
yeah, like
About a
excuse
year ago, they were up for sale.
you know, like I said, DC Comics, their animated brand, like everything is gonna be kind of put under a
Microscope, if you
microscope.
will.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest DC fan, don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't want listen, competition is a good thing. You know, we say this about
Exactly.
wrestling all the time, and it's really the basis of any business, you know, it's really competition.
Mm.
So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting.
With the focus of the rebranding that Discovery is going with, because again, they're just it's clear that they with this rebrand, that means that they obviously are going to have a tie-in into, I guess, whatever is going to get revamped with Warner Brothers, especially with WB on HBO, on HBO Max. So you already know that's a high streaming service. So this is probably also going to tie in. You could probably possibly see um, Discovery. It's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if HBO Max now becomes Discovery Plus, Discovery something in the
Probably
Discovery
HBO
Max,
Max Plus, maybe.
yeah, it's
Discovery
gonna be,
Max Plus.
yeah, because they've always said, they've clearly said, like, they want a complete revamp. They're not going to be, they're already doing the revamp with DC. They But with other programs that are already on the actual Discovery channels, they're already going to phasing out. And they've already they've said it plain and simple. They're phasing out all the TV 14 type things on actual cable TV. So I could probably, so I mean, it's obvious that all of these things are going to be going along the levels of everything strictly down the board is PG. I get it. It while we are looking at it as, like, I guess change, it is a change. Change is good. The You got to feel for the ones that unfortunately got laid off from this. Like, this is a whole entire
It's a massive reset.
it's a massive reset.
Honestly, a
It's like
massive
they look at
reset.
it as like it's one of those corporate bloodbaths that we're not gonna really like take serious until all the everything goes into effect. Like, this doesn't officially go into effect like that until around, you'll see a lot of the changes really happening by the end of this year. It's gonna be
Right.
That's when we see all the changes really come, and to see is like, okay, so this is what it's gonna be. But for the most part, you gotta look at it as, all right, well, that's that for all the shows, especially TNT and TBS included with Discovery. We got to just see if they are going to be affected by this, or if it doesn't really affect them at all. It's just everything it's free. It's all free, fair game to me. Fair game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For
Yeah.
damn sure.
Um. It's tough. I started to believe, they were starting to get things in motion. Zack Snyder's universe obviously is, at this point, it is completely decimated. From outside things, which we will speak about in a little bit, and then just internally, like people leaving, them scrapping, like Superman's gone, Batman's gonna be gone soon.
Wait, what?
Right. Well, I'll explain that.
They dropped?
What? No. No. I'm gonna explain. Batman's gonna be gone soon, and I'll explain in the next segment. But a lot of their DCEU stuff is going to get completely changed.
I
So
mean, yeah.
it's unfortunate. It's fortunate that you get somebody who says we want to have a distinguishable universe and we're trying to basically fast track like a Marvel universe, but they're going to properly do it this time, which I
Yeah.
think they can. I think the Flash movie is going to be great, and that's a great pivotal point
I don't think so.
to actually start everything from scratch. But it's very crazy how things happen. You know, we were talking about them probably getting bought out, finding out they have maybe how much billions in debt, and Discovery buys them out. Now they want to clear everything out. It might be a great thing, might be a horrible thing. But if Discovery can't fix it, who's buying them to pay it? Who's buying them to actually take control of things? That's when we start looking at, is Disney going to purchase them?
Right.
Like at this point, everything's falling to Disney's wayside. So I don't know. But with that being said, that segues into our next topic, or two topics, I guess. So currently, right now, we have the defamation case of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. This case is a continuation of a case that happened in 2018, where Amber Heard, I believe, was suing and went to court to, what was it, an abuse charge? I believe it was.
She pretty much went had taken it to civil court with Johnny Depp stating that for that he had allegedly abused her, that there was that she had bruise marks to the point that she had to conceal it with makeup. It pretty and though in the light of those allegations that she not only that she went to the courts with, and not only that I think there was a part. I forgot the name of the newspaper that actually helped headline that incident. That's what had caused a lot of people to back away from Johnny Depp. He, as you know, he got removed as Grindelwald from the Fantastic Beasts series. He got pretty much removed from as Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. Whatever movie that was supposed to be coming out was automatically put on, was frozen. They did not, because they had even dropped him from that. So pretty much you could basically say that this allegation that Amber Heard had gone through and was pushing for the longest, it pretty much did cause Johnny Depp's career. And I think now, luckily, Johnny Depp was able to get an appeal for this, and actually went and he got his day in court for this defamation case to go through. So now he's suing Amber Heard for defamation of his character. And from what's been heard in that courtroom, you could tell it literally is it's a bloodbath. But it also goes to show where a lot of fans knew all along, like, that Johnny Depp actually was the one that was getting abused, because he's the one, he incited that that it was a pretty toxic relationship with himself and Amber. But everybody, I guess Amber made it really seem like that she was the only one that was really being the victim, being victimized, where you actually hear her on video, like, the many things, like where she's distinguishing of whether she had slapped him or whether she decked him. She was using a lot of keywords, or where she was basically saying that it came out that she did actually end up taking a shit on his bed, where it came out that
pictures were involved
with the slicing of the finger and everything.
Yeah, slicing of the finger, with him saying like, "Yo, even if you was to come out and say that you were abused, nobody would, because you're Johnny Depp and you're an abuse victim, no one would believe you because you're a man." And if that is, like I said, I don't know where this is going to go. Obviously, it's clear as day that Johnny Depp didn't do, in my eyes, it's clear as day he didn't do exactly anything that Amber Heard.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not perfect either. Like,
no one ever said he was perfect. It's just
no. I know you said that. I mean, I know you're not saying that.
Yeah, no. But I think what we just gotta we gotta just come and understand is that in a lot of these cases of domestic violence, and it's not domestic violence, intimate partner violence, especially, you gotta be able to discern and see that yes, it is true that most of these times it is women can be abuse victims in these
Right.
situations, but a man could also be an abuse victim too.
Right. It goes both ways.
It does go both ways, but
Yeah.
it's the unfortunate part is when the man is the one that's actually being abused. Unfortunately, the general public or court of public opinion doesn't believe it. And the only way you can believe it is if you actually have actual recorded or proof to show it. Luckily for Johnny Depp, he has enough proof. Now,
Yeah.
will the courts? Now the question is, now will the courts actually decide and it goes in his favor? We can hope. We hope. Hopefully,
Right.
it goes in his favor. Like he deserves this win. Like this is a woman that did these things to him that caused his career, caused him his whole career. Like literally, like
I mean,
who's to say that if this goes in his favor, now the floodgates may open in. But I honestly feel that if Johnny wins this defamation case, he needs to sue every fucking company that basically dropped him.
you
Sue every last one of them. Sue them all.
you
'Cause
know
this is
how much money that man is gonna make
he
suing
deserves
Disney
he deserves,
alone?
he deserves it. He deserves
Suing
it.
Disney alone, he's gonna get mad bread.
yep.
Mad bread.
I mean, here's
Yeah.
the thing too, and to build on what QS was saying, people truly do need to understand that things go both ways. It is not, and sadly, it gets to a point where men say, oh well, women ain't
Boo.
shit, or women say, men ain't shit, or whatever the case may be. Bottom line is that the human race is just fucked up to begin with.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as
Post-COVID
everybody
world is
kind
even
of
worse.
comes, yeah, as soon as the world comes to realize that, like, it'll be a better place. But all honesty, I mean, abuse really does go both ways, and it's never okay, which we know, or at least we should know. And with this case, I mean, there are so many. I don't have to repeat the things QS said already,
Mhm.
but there are so many things that were brought to the light, and that's the
Yeah.
crazy part about it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I think the funny thing that we're not talking about yet too is the fucking lawyer. Like,
Yeah, her
dude,
lawyer.
her lawyer is so bad.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
yeah,
What
it's
is
not.
he? What was he
Did
doing?
you
Yo,
guys see today about the witness they brought in and how like belligerent he was?
Yeah, it's
no.
bad. It does look bad on him.
Oh my god.
What?
It's so bad that even the makeup company that she claimed that she used to like conceal her bruises, they even had to come out and say like their makeup actually doesn't even you
Yeah, that's what
cover
Tiff
that
said.
type,
Tiff,
which
Tiff,
is
yeah,
wild.
Tiff
It's
left the
like
comment
the
said
fact.
that the shit didn't even come out yet at the time. Like,
Yeah, like it
what?
wasn't even sold yet, and they were like, "This doesn't even like actually help cover up bruises," and it's just like
Stupid hell.
that's a yikes even then. But then it comes to find out, apparently it's a possibility that she has she has DID, that she does probably have like multiple personality disorder, which it still doesn't.
Man,
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I say that it's unfortunate. It doesn't give her a
sorry.
pass. It
That was
doesn't.
loud.
It still doesn't give her a pass for the bullshit that she's fucking
Yeah,
done.
I mean,
But
but the problem with that is that whenever something happens, everybody wants to claim psycho. Like, no,
no,
you were
and
wrong. Period.
yeah, she's definitely no. I don't think no one takes it away. She is wrong, but yes, it does, and even then, it also probably does explain the behavior. It just
Mhm.
explains the behavior, but it doesn't. It definitely doesn't justify it. Doesn't
No, it
justify
definitely
it.
doesn't justify it.
Doesn't
And she needs
justify it.
help just
Doesn't.
as much as he does.
Yeah,
But
and but let this also be another lesson. Like everyone always says, like, oh, we got to pay attention to these signs, pay attention to the signs. When you're in
Hard
a
to.
toxic relationship, of course, yeah, we can pay attention to all the signs, but and I know as hard as you want to try to make it work, there comes to a point in time where it's like, yo, everybody has to be an adult and just walk away. You can
but you
like
know
just
what?
walking away from this
Right.
shit because this could unfortunately lead to situations like this. You
Right.
don't even have to call the police or call the cops on anyone. You can literally just run run the social media, run the tabloids, and this is how somebody can easily get ruined.
Yep.
Just off,
Here's the
just
thing,
off,
though.
just off the hearsay. And because
Here's the bad
we're in a hypersensitive era where everything is under the microscope. The minute that you get outed, it's like, oh, you get, so the first one says something about abuse first. That's it. Court of public opinion already sees you guilty. There's nothing more, and there's nothing more to it. There ain't no valid proof. Even now, when Johnny Depp's in his courtroom, literally pleading his case, and all the proof is in the pudding, you don't hear a lot of people like,
I was wrong.
talking. You don't hear a lot of people
I
saying
was
he was
wrong.
Whoever wants to admit that, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
But here's where this situation is very tricky. Johnny didn't want to leave her because it was very reminiscent of his mother and his father's situation. His father left and his mother fell into depression and she committed suicide. So Johnny as a person has never recovered from that.
Yeah.
But he's told her this on various occasions and she's preyed on the situation, and this is the result of it. Also, previously in her previous marriage with her ex-wife, it was already proven how abusive she was. But she got off scotch-free. She got off scotch-free. So to already deal with somebody who was already dealing with his mental issues, but he found his peace in doing his acting and such, to, finally end up marrying this person who was just as messed up, or I wouldn't even say just as, way worse than him. It just proves, misery loves company. Misery really loves company. But I do hope and pray, at least after this situation. Oh my God. Come on, Chris.
yo,
Come
dude,
on, Chris.
he's
I made
too
my
much.
mistake. I'm sorry.
Do you guys think Amber Heard would get a chance to be in the MCU after this? I think she'd be great as the original X-Men character.
I mean, look, she still technically has a job with Aquaman, right? So
No, she
So
doesn't.
I was about to get into that.
No, they dropped her, didn't they?
No, she's still in it.
yeah,
Now,
Yeah, this is why DC is the devil, right there.
no,
This is
WB, not DC, WB.
whatever, same shit.
Now, as of this past week, it's been CinemaCon, so that's why you're seeing a lot of rumors and confirmations and shit come out. So I was just recently listening to Comic Book Cast, which I normally listen to for all my comic book news because they're usually legit anyway. There was something about, they showed Aquaman 2 during CinemaCon, like they showed the actual trailer, and they showed nothing of Amber Heard. So it's possible she's still in the movie, but she may not be in the movie at the same time. So
I think there's. I just want to get back. Forget her for a second. Like, who gives a damn about
Agree.
her? Him. I think I was watching something, and I think this is something that needs to be brought up more. The cries for help. I think a lot of people miss the cries for help that whenever he was on a red carpet or in an interview, he said something like, "This isn't how life should be. I need help." Like, he's done that multiple times, and I don't think anybody looked into it further because he's Johnny Depp. He's a famous person. He's just trying to be funny. Nah, he was serious. Needs help. Like, he needed legitimate help, and it sucks at the end of the day. Like, let's just call it what it is. It's a horrible situation.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wouldn't want to wish this on anyone. I'm pretty sure we all know somebody who has been abused, or we've been abused ourselves, or whatever the case may be. You know, sadly, it happens more often than not. And this just happened to be one of those situations that blew up. You know, um, but Ezra,
Whew.
boy,
Oh, that's an idiot. That's an idiot.
let's keep this one short because he's just fucking stupid.
Them niggas are
Apparently
dumb.
confirmed they now. So proper pronouns for the
Oh,
Watchers.
They what?
Oh, they. Oh no, that's
Ezra
just,
is considered they,
Oh, that's their proper.
non-binary.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's their proper pronoun. I mean that individual.
Oh, that's
is
cool. Good for
still
him.
cool. Good for them.
I'm a grown ass man, dog. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
But still, that is
His
that,
individual opinions, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, go ahead.
still an idiot.
He's
Right.
stupid. What the fuck?
Ain't nothing to it. Still an idiot. Like I had, you don't have any words for, especially when you've seen the video and seen seen the video and see how they acted. You're just sitting here just like, wow. You ain't got, it's not, there's nothing to have. There's really nothing much to talk. It's just like,
There is literally nothing to say.
there's really not, that individual really like just needs
Help.
That's it.
But
Like you
from
He needs
what
an
I
ass
was told, from what
That's
I
what he
was
needs.
from what I was even like reading up on set, Ezra's a problem.
Yeah, I heard that too.
yeah.
So another reason why I bring up this case and why I said, the Discovery buying WB situation is kind of crazy too, because apparently, same with CinemaCon, they showed the Flash, they showed a trailer, and you barely see Ezra Miller in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So what is a possible I guess benefactor for the movie is that we're gonna get Ben Affleck back as Batman, and we're gonna get Michael Keaton as Batman in the movie. But it may not be Flashpoint with the Flash as the focus. It may end up turning out into a Batman Flashpoint movie.
That's
That means we're just gonna get. That means we're still gonna get Thomas Wayne.
Right.
We're still gonna
My
get Thomas,
thing is,
we're still gonna get Thomas
I
Wayne.
hope it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Thomas Wayne. That's gonna be epic.
that would be crazy.
But and for anybody who doesn't know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is what was his name in Supernatural?
Comedian.
I forgot his name.
Oh.
It's Winchester. I know he's the Winchester father in Supernatural, but he's also Negan for those who watch Walking Dead. He's Negan.
And also, if you've seen Watchmen, he's comedian.
Great reminder.
Most people watch Watchmen.
Right.
Courtney firing him and banning him. I think we've seen this in Hollywood way too many times. Firing someone and banning them. It's only for such a short time.
Right.
There's always going to be some production or something that's going to pick that individual up, no matter what. It's not like you've seen this happen with forgot the dude's name. He was he played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton. He played but he also was a big character on The Shy, and then that whole thing happened to him on set with the sexual abuse allegations or the sexual harassment, and that caused him to be fired off set and leave like a whole like
what we're answering to, by the way,
bad taste in his mouth, and like basically seemed like he was X'd out. He's still getting bookings, low key bookings. He's still getting something. So I would think if this was the same thing happened to Ezra Miller, like then Ezra's still going to be fine. Ezra's still going to get some type of role somewhere. Even if it's going to be movies that go straight to fucking Netflix,
DVD or DVD,
it doesn't matter.
Blu-ray.
It's still a check, And if he gets residuals or royalties too, he'll be fine. But that still doesn't take away, like banning him and all. You could fire somebody, but banning them and all that doesn't do anything. The whole point is you want to help them.
Blacklisting them from
blacklisting him or doing all that, or blacklisting them for all of those things. It's not going to change anything. Because the problem is still going to persist. You want them to stop, make sure that they're not still doing this inappropriate behavior and having manic episodes and over here throwing chairs at random pedestrians, you don't want that to keep on happening. So only thing I would say to do is just like, oh, seek counseling, help seek counseling, pay for it. There ain't much else. There ain't much else to say on that end.
Right. So apparently,
What about thoughts on Elon? But
I got it. I got the perfect thing. It's what I said before. Just put a fucking edit button. That's all you need to do. What are your thoughts on Elon buying Twitter? Put a fucking edit button. That's all I'm asking.
He
In
did
terms
say,
of tweets,
I
don't
think
it's that difficult.
I think he did say he was they were thinking of doing that. Now, if that is the case, cool.
I'll leave it up because we're not gonna.
I ain't gonna hold you. Elon Musk buying Twitter. I really didn't think. First of all, I really didn't think it was there. There's no. It's out of the blue because it's like, well, what the fuck for? Like, what is this actually? I don't know what to say.
No reason.
When they ask us, like, what is that going to do? Like, how's it going to affect us? I mean, it's just another thing to take into account. Like, once again, we have another billionaire that basically a multi-billionaire that basically just came and is controlling another form of media, that social media that we use. You already got Mark Zuckerberg over here controlling Facebook, Instagram, basically. You already got
Zuckerberg in the metaverse.
You already got Bill Gates. Bill Gates already controls basically all the fucking Microsoft and whatever app you use with Microsoft.
Not Microsoft. South Africa.
But then not only that, now look at this. Now you have another billionaire, Elon Musk, who just decided to just buy Twitter.
Just swinging his money around.
And the thing is like the saddest part is like, why do you even have the fact that you bought it for $43 billion? Why do you even have $43 billion just sitting around? You just to be like, oh,
fuck all that. Is Twitter worth $43 billion?
Actually,
depending on what,
yes, it is.
Depending on what he's trying to establish with it, and that is what scares the shit out of me.
The fact that he literally went and paid $46 billion for it, yes, it's worth that much. It's because they even went before they even said okay with it. They said, oh, like they activated what, poison pill? Like, when the fuck did Twitter? We didn't even know Twitter even had pills. What the fuck is a poison pill? It's just like,
right. What is that?
What? It was just this is the most random. This honestly was the most random ass purchase that I've ever seen. I'll just be like, this is just I just looked at it as a billionaire that was just.
It wasn't random.
Nah,
sorry to cut you off. I wouldn't say it's random
to me,
but how it went about was crazy because he bought a little bit of stock, and then next thing you know, within the past few days, he's buying 90% stock. And I'll bring up something gaming related. This is the same shit that happened with SNK and the Saudi prince. He bought, I want to say 51% of the shares, so he had majority shares of the company, and then he flat out just bought the shit out.
Wait, he owns SNK?
He owns SNK.
Yo, that's crazy.
His gaming development franchise company, whatever you want to call it, they own SNK.
Right there. That comment right there.
That could fix a lot of debt in the country.
Oh man, no one is actually going to know what to do with $44 billion, and it's just I'll
take $1 billion and I'll disappear.
We got to really be honest with ourselves. Like, you having all that money, you really aren't going to know what the fuck to do with that. With all that money, it sounds good.
First off, nobody's going to see me. That's number one.
That's a fact. Even with $1 million, nobody's seeing me. I'm out.
Because all of us are in different countries. That's why.
Yeah, like it sounds good to be like, oh, what I'm gonna do with all this money, but when you go and you see an account like that, you see your account and it says that much zeros. 9 times out of 10, you know what the majority of us are gonna do? Nothing.
You know
why? You know why?
Touch it.
You know why? And you know why? Because you're still trying to like process it. Yeah, you even have all this fucking money in your account just chilling.
buying a
Unfortunately,
fucking
I'm
spaceship.
still taking off the fact that Elon just decided on a random day, like, yo, 44 billion. I gotta figure out
There
right.
was a
Boom. Twitter.
there was a comedian talking about it, saying that he was like, he bought those shares, right? And then somebody said, "Oh, you can't buy the rest of it, you pussy." He said, "Word."
Watch.
And the next day, he bought the rest of it. It's like they were like, "Say less."
Magic
Like,
with the
what?
proper
Are you
timing.
kidding me? Yo, that shit. Yo, this whole man. I don't know. These last few
Bruh,
weeks have been.
it's insane. So
And then, like I said,
go ahead.
no, because I'm reading what Courtney's even saying. I said that sounds so great, but
The
you gotta also take
humanitarian and perfect world.
that.
That's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna say this right now: the only fucking multi-billionaire that I saw that was actually a humanitarian and actually did their shit and was supposed to do what they're supposed to do to help the needy and feed the homeless and heal the world was Michael Joseph Jackson. And I ain't never seen nobody. I ain't never seen an artist that do shit like that since.
Damn.
I'm gonna keep it all the way to buck with y'all. Like everybody
But
want to
he's
sit here
right.
and
He's
say like
right.
they have this money, like we gonna feed.
I mean, there's a
homeless
lot of
and
people
go
that have
home.
done stuff in this city, though.
Yeah.
Like Chance's done a lot for Chicago.
But they don't. But again, they don't have those individuals do not have the money that I'm talking about. The money like
No, they don't have. They don't got.
like
like
Michael
They don't
Jackson
have
did.
country changing money.
They don't got that type of money. That's why
They
I'm
don't
saying
have
is like,
country changing money.
we once again we always have this thought in our minds. It was like, oh yeah, I'm a feed the homeless. I'm gonna help the needy and all that. But until you're really sitting there with all that money in your account,
Well, I'm make sure.
it all sounds good. It all sounds
Right.
good until you see all that bread and you like, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it right here. And it's understandable. Like this is what all rich people really do. Like they probably, you see all the rich folk that we have that's right now in this society. Are they really sitting here doing this humanitarian work that y'all want to do?
Hell no.
No.
All rich people think about is getting richer, because the more money coming out of your account means that I can't keep my status. Every single day, it's a step higher of your status.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit right there. Capitalism at its finest. Shit, he ain't paid his taxes since 2018. 2018.
2018.
A multi-billionaire has not paid his taxes, supposedly, allegedly.
I mean,
now, because if this
Bezos didn't pay his taxes too since that long.
I'm about to say that. Not say that straight up. That's supposed to be the truth. You don't see that? Wasn't we always taught to be afraid of the IRS? Wasn't we always taught to be like, yo, you got to pay your taxes or the IRS, they coming for you, all that? Like, yo,
rich people? Rich people?
Like I said, this is the same.
You talking about, I'm going to get a stack of hundreds and smack you across the face with it and walk the fuck out. That's what you're talking about, rich people.
Striker, I'm going to keep it a band with you. This is the same type
of a band?
This is yeah. I'll keep it a band. Keep it a band. A band.
I wish I had a band.
Yeah, keep a band. I'm gonna keep the band that I don't have. This is the same IRS that has still not that took long to catch Wesley Snipes when he didn't pay his taxes. It's the same one that took too long to catch Lauryn Hill when she didn't pay her taxes. So you're right. Elon ain't pay. I could believe that Elon ain't paid his taxes since 2018 because the IRS ain't coming for him anytime soon. They don't care. They don't care. Who knows?
All right,
but it's ridiculous just in the sense that
he doesn't come around.
It's true.
Yeah. Why would he?
Why would
no
he?
offense.
No
offense.
You have to imagine this.
And no offense with us laughing, but we
and I'm not laughing
understand.
at the situation. But it's like I feel like if I just say taking your situation, Corey.
It's like I understand, right?
If I put myself in that predicament, if I was the rich cousin, I put my family
like your family.
I'm the one that's rich, and I gotta come around my family, and I'm rich. Yeah, I ain't coming around. I ain't coming around. It's just out of respect. Look, I'm just not coming.
I'll keep it a buck, right?
Yeah,
the only reason why I feel like I could say that I wouldn't just disappear is because we're like family. We're very heavy family oriented. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, that's just how we would be. Like, I know that. But best believe, if it wasn't for that, Shit, I can grab the family and dip.
Fuck
Like,
that. Shit.
talk about we're all gonna call each other. Talk about all right. So what we doing for Mania next year? All right, cool. Like,
fuck
like
that.
That's what it would be.
There would be not a single phone call, not a single. If I'm that rich, not a single number is being called. Nope. You ain't even the number gonna get changed. You're not coming for me. You're not hearing from me.
I told you I'm disappearing.
None of you are hearing from me for what?
I'm disappearing.
Like,
Four corners.
Because you already know that's I always say like another reason why rich people don't even want to don't bother with none of this shit because they know everybody going they know all the poor family members or the ones that are less fortunate are going to come and keep asking them for some bread.
I mean, shit. We heard what Michael Beasley said on I Am Athlete. Like he said it best. He said it plain as day. I'm giving my everything to everybody, and people are still stealing from me, from under my nose. So I'm not saying every family's like that. Right. I'm not saying every person's like that. But to say that you have to put yourself in that situation.
You look.
Exactly. Like who? Who are you talking about? Yeah,
right. New name.
You will never. Not even in the hell no. Not a new
Jalapeno.
name. You just not getting next to me.
That'll be her new name.
Not getting next to me. It's not happening.
Jalapeno.
that'll be her name. Jalapeno.
I am turning my name to Nacho Libre, and I'm going.
Man, I'm gonna be Bob.
I'm moving to Mexico.
I'm gonna give him the most basic fucking name, Bob White.
I am going to live with my large body scarf and sombrero.
Bruh, it's gonna be me and the dog.
And I'm going to be in my pueblo. And I'm gonna be chilling.
9 times out of 10, I'm still gonna probably go to work. Yo,
word up though.
One day a week.
Because you gotta perpetrate the fraud. You feel me? You gotta make them think you ain't rich. So you still go to work. Ain't gotta know your life, bro.
I'm gonna work. You know where I'm gonna work? I'm gonna work at Target for 2 days part-time.
Yo, word up.
Nobody will suspect the thing. Nobody will suspect the thing. I'm just saying. But Elon, I guess congrats to you. I mean, it's less Teslas are crashing, more people are buying, and now you have control of Twitter.
On a serious tidbit though, it just brings a lot of concern. Like we have to really take a second and like start to see that a lot of these billionaires are really buying out sources that we are using for like information, we're using for to express our thoughts. And so it does leave a little bit of concern. Is like, well, now that this multi-billionaire that clearly is like he's so big on free thought and free thinking, and like has always expressed his meters of trying to go further past the free thought of like when it came to Bitcoin, when it came to selling stocks, when it came to Dogecoin, when it came to like going to space and shit. Now you basically are controlling another source of media that we go and look to for news. Believe it or not, as much as we like to put Twitter down as a complete cesspool of negativity, and trust me, the minute you come onto that app,
it's the Wild West.
It's literally nothing. It's a jungle. It's not the Wild West. It's the fucking jungle. It's literally a jungle. It's because you really don't know when your day is coming and when you're going to be the topic of a hashtag, and the next thing you know, you just get inflamed in those goddamn those quote or those retweets. Like you just don't know, or you use it as information to find out what's going on in the news. Right now you have this multi-billionaire that basically controls it now. So now it's just like, okay, one controls. You already see what's going on with Facebook and Instagram and how Zuckerberg basically controls the whole thing of censorship, and you can't even say anything on Facebook or you're going to get banned. Who's to say that that's the same thing's not going to happen on Twitter? Who's to say that now, like we ask for an edit button so that way we could try to edit our tweets and not like make us look like we're fucking illiterate when we're trying to put out a thread. But who's going to say that he's even going to do that for us? Who's to say that he'll probably like make this extremely PG and we can't say anything or do anything or look up anything before?
I doubt he'll go PG.
Who knows? Yo, you never know. You never know. We know. We all
No.
thought. Listen, I
He
thought
said he
Facebook.
wants free speech.
I never. I'd always thought that Facebook was never going to be PG. I thought Facebook was never going to go PG. I thought it was, even when they said it was family oriented, I never believed that shit because it was about the amount of porn or the amount of wild shit that was on Facebook. Next thing you know, you can't even say the color white until you get hit with you get flagged and get hit with a ban for your profile for 30 days. So at this point, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
The unseasoned ones.
I'm just you can't even say that. You
No,
can't say that.
I
You
can
gotta put
say
stars.
unseasoned. So
You literally have to
Caucasian.
you gotta put stars with if you want to say the word. And that's a joke right there. But
It's crazy.
I'd say like this is just
But say
we
any
put stars when we
variation
put
of
the N-word?
nigger or porch monkey
Oh, I was
or
just about to say that.
or jigaboo or something on fucking Facebook. It's free game. It's free game.
it is free game. Mike Cheddar is a perfect example of that. Like
Oh man.
it's
Yo,
definitely
Shout out
free
to
game.
fucking Chris, man. Shout out to Chris. Shit. But but seriously, I was on a post earlier today and people was like, "Oh, I don't really understand why people's going crazy and such and such and such." There's two ways to look at it. Either we get the real freeform Twitter as it's supposed to be. We get the actual protections and stuff that we should get in terms of end-to-end encryption, being able to edit our tweets and stuff like that, or we get another Facebook. And at this point, you can't be worse than Facebook at this point. Honestly.
I mean, you say that.
Facebook at this point, Facebook is at the bottom. Twitter's basically up here right now.
Mhm.
Like, are we going to be forced to go back to Black Planet? Shit.
That's a lie.
Does Tom have money still that MySpace is still running? Like I
Nope.
honestly don't
Nope,
know.
because Justin Timberlake bought it. Remember?
Right.
Justin
And MySpace
Timberlake.
owns AOL, so Justin Timberlake owns AOL as well.
Does he really?
Yeah, MySpace owns AOL. So if he
All
owns
right.
MySpace, then he owns AOL.
All right.
Well,
So that's it. That's the craziness. But I wish everybody well on Twitter. Twitter is an amazing place. Twitter has a lot of pocket dimension.
No.
Look, it can be an amazing place.
I like
For me as a gamer and for me as a guy who buys a lot of shit, Twitter shows all the deals and I get the best communication for whatever I need in certain situations. The dark side of Twitter, I'm not saying nothing about the dark side of Twitter, but there's great things and there's bad things. But yeah, that's what we think about Elon at the moment. Congrats, whatever. And now for the main event.
no, you said it wrong, man.
Man,
It's
I don't
time for the main event. I like Mark Henry. Shouts out. Funny that it took him forever to get a phrase, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Shouts out to Mark. Met him. Sweet person.
I've heard different, but it was nice to see.
I sold him a board. I sold his daughter a board, remember?
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yep. Sweet guy. Whole family was cool.
So, ladies and gents, and animals and creatures all over the world.
There we go.
Well, we might have a cat watching, we might have a dog watching. Never know. The Batman, a la Matt Reeves, the director, and our main cast of Robert Pattinson as Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle / Catwoman in her claw ski mask, Colin Farrell as a character that nobody probably expected was him, but it was him, as the Penguin / Oswald Cobblepot, and Paul Dano as the Riddler,
Mm-hmm.
and a very slight appearance of
Not-
Barry
don't- not
Krogan.
that. Don't ruin it.
Well, we'll search. You'll know who Barry Krogan
Never mind.
is.
It's been out for mad long. Just
Yeah, but they showed
Like,
the
yo,
damn
like
clip.
this movie has been out for like more than a month. Like, yo,
They showed the
did
damn
some
clip.
shit already.
But reason why I'm leading into Barry Krogan as the Joker is that the clip that they showed on YouTube, which is out, which is a deleted scene, by the way, of Batman speaking to Joker to try and figure out what's going on with the Riddler. It was confirmed the disfiguration of his face. Matt Reeves had confirmed that it's an actual skin disease. It's not from the old story of, he was in the chemicals and stuff like that.
He looks crazy.
It's what you're looking at the picture right now.
I'm looking
right?
at a better, like a better.
Like concept art or something of that sort.
No, of him. Of the
okay.
scene.
So the
The deleted
disfiguration in his face. If you haven't seen it, please go on YouTube and watch it. There's a
Or
scene
if
of
you haven't
Bat-
watched Batman, we're gonna spoil it. I'm just letting you know right now.
Oh yeah, so here, where is it at?
I just want to finally get into the. I just really want to get into
Spoiler
the movie.
alert!
I really just want to get
Spoiler
into the movie
alert!
instead of like
Spoiler alert!
talking about it. Like, can we just get into the movie now?
Yeah. Let's. I just want to give Courtney some time in case she wants to leave. You've been warned, Courtney. We're gonna
3,
spoil the movie right
2,
now.
1, Batman.
Okay, good. All right, so. Oh, okay, cool. So Court said it's okay, so we're gonna spoil everything. So thoughts about the movie, thoughts about the characters, favorite character, and they just confirmed yesterday that the Batman is getting a part 2. So, what's your thoughts? Who should the villain be? What cast of whomever do you think they should put in the movie?
It should be the villain. I mean, obviously the villain for the next season. It should. I feel like they're targeting the Batman No Man's Land arc. I really feel like that's where it was going. Only because of what we saw, you already saw with the movie. You saw that the Riddler basically caused massive anarchy. He literally ended up basically using the bombs to destroy like part of the major generators of landmarks over there with Gotham. It's caused the National Guard to be called in. So it would, I think, if it wasn't the Joker that is not going to get brought in for Batman 2, I think another good villain that they could go with is Scarecrow or the Mad Hatter. You can go with the Mad Hatter, you can go with Scarecrow, or you could even go with Clayface. It all depends. Depends on where they were really trying to go, where they're going to go with this. It's No Man's Land. So with No Man's Land, that arc, it's everything goes. Everybody goes.
Somebody brought something interesting to me or they just mentioned something because I was like, it seems they're more so going realistic route. Like we're going with Nolan as things we're trying to make it realistic, but we don't want it too pulled apart from the comics. Somebody said Professor Pig should be the next villain.
Professor Pig.
Crazy. I've seen that. That would be interesting.
That's good.
Professor Pig. I think you dive deeper into Arkham Asylum.
I think
Professor, and the thing is, Professor Pig also wouldn't be bad, but I think what was good, they did a good thing with Professor Pig with Gotham. Everybody didn't think that he would that would have been a good like transition, but it actually worked. I think another one that could possibly be okay is you can go with what was his name? Black Mask. You can go with Black Mask.
Ooh, good choice. Because he hasn't been done in the movie.
He hasn't been done in the movie yet.
Not yet, no.
Not in a Batman movie. They did him in
the video game.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
And they did him in Batwoman. And they did him in what else did they do him in? Gotham, I think they did him in, right?
No.
They knew Gotham? Okay.
I
think that would be perfect.
Yeah, Black Mass wasn't in Gotham.
I think if you do use, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's cool, it's
If you
cool.
use Professor Pig with the way, because I'm sorry, I'm still like I glanced down because I'm still looking, like I'm just looking at that deleted scene with Joker and Batman,
Yeah.
and with the way his face really does look, I
Mhm.
think that works because of the whole disfiguration aspect of it,
Yeah,
and with him being a plastic surgeon or whatever. Who knows? But I think that would be a really cool way to introduce the Joker in the third Batman movie if they go that far.
I think no, it
Um,
will. It will go that far. Trust me.
this one, I mean, I don't even want to guess. I think there's a multitude of people that you could touch. Me personally, I could tell you who I don't want to see. I don't want to see Two Face. Um, I
I
don't
think
want to
Two
see
Face is
Bane.
out because the way they kind of did the movie, it seemed like they were transitioning from the Long Halloween, the animated movies.
That was a
That's
good
why
move.
I don't think they had Joker really as a main portion of the movie because he was already locked up.
Um,
So
well,
from what they confirmed, from what the movie was basically saying
excuse me.
was
All right.
is year two Batman. It's
Yeah,
year
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah,
Batman
yeah, yeah.
in
That
yeah.
the
for sure.
Batman movie. Because it's not the
Also,
first Halloween, it's the second Halloween that he has to
yeah.
deal with it.
I'll say this. What I found really interesting about this movie, because I was talking to my sister earlier about it, and I told her that I can understand why people dislike this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But people need to understand that this is not your typical Batman movie. It
No.
is a thriller. It is a detective story. This is the first Batman movie that really dove into him being a
But
detective.
And
like
that's why
people,
year two
I
was it
think
was
I think
was
people
really important.
forget. People really do forget about the year one, year two Batman, and don't realize like when he was like he is while he is like a Cape Crusader crime fighter and everything, like he is still a detective first. Yes,
Right.
yes he did train with the League of Shadows. Yes, he went on like a massive like this massive like training and like learned how to be the super crime fighter, master of all arts. He's also still labeled as the world's greatest detective. And this was a movie that, while it has a slow pacing, it still shows you why he's the world's greatest detective.
Right. Right.
But one thing I think I wish that Stretch was also here because it would be like because he'd agree with me like the way they did the Riddler, it was it was actually like it was a nice little twist. It was a nice, interesting twist how
Yes.
they did the
Very
Riddler
different. I
because
enjoyed it.
apparently because we just see the Riddler as like all right, he's just a guy he's the annoying villain that just with the riddles. But this time they literally had like the Riddler here, like moving like he was the Zodiac killer. Like I don't think like people don't touch up on
Which is
that.
how the not the Joker, excuse me, which is how the Riddler should have always been.
Like he's literally has like the Zodiac killer. It was Zodiac killer like um at interactions of Zodiac killer like kills actually. Like this man literally was out here like not only doing riddles, but he was also here like putting on the suspense of it, literally always being one step ahead. And not only that, he was able to have a cult like following. Like you wasn't seeing that in like you don't see that in like the animated shows with the Riddler, like him having a cult. Like he literally had a cult and like
I mean,
was able to cause
makes
this
sense.
whole entire like slaughter of Gotham
Mhm.
Crazy.
in T minus. And not only that, he unveiled the harsh truth of what Gotham City was about. He exposed the Waynes, exposed the Waynes.
Yep.
He knew
I
who
mean, more
he.
than just the
Their
Wayne.
connections.
He exposed the whole government,
Yeah,
the
he
whole
did.
corrupt Gotham government. I mean, that's the big
What I
picture.
another thing I would say is I would hope that's why I would hope that for Batman 2, if it's not any of these other villains that we named, I would hope that they dive into the Court of Owls.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah. That's the other thing.
I would
I
really hope that
feel they
that's
They
should have
gotta
need
be
to
hinted
do
at
that.
it. I feel they should have hinted at it, at
I
least
bet you
in
they
this
did
one.
somewhere. I bet you they did somewhere, and people haven't caught it
But
yet.
it's possible because that's what somebody was telling me too. They said, if you don't want to go the fantastical route, which is
Mhm.
Clayface, which is Mr. Freeze, which is whomever,
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc, right? You should do the Court of Owls.
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze would be
because the
cool.
Court of Owls dives more deeper into the actual history of Gotham. It literally,
Right.
like I said, well, I mean, but you already know, like,
Not just Gotham, but the Waynes also.
but you also know that the seeds have already already been planted because again, you already know how it started in the movie with the way Thomas and Martha Wayne was killed. Now you saw it in the movie when you saw it halfway in, you saw Carmine Falcone. He was murdered. Carmine Falcone got killed by the Riddler. So and everybody knows that when Carmine Falcone is another figurehead, another pillar of Gotham City, when he goes, now the underworld is up for grabs. So that's why it's like it speaks into like, all right, boom, No Man's Land is about. You think like, all right, yeah, it's either going to go into No Man's Land or this is going to go into. It could go into the Long Halloween, or it could go into
Oh,
the Court of Owls storyline because Carmine got killed.
I have another really good
Someone has to fulfill that. Somebody has to fill
That
up
underworld
that,
role,
that gap.
Somebody has to
That
fill up
gap.
that role. Exactly. They got to fill that gap.
There's
So
another really good villain that I don't think we've thought about yet too. Hush. Hush would be real interesting.
Hush would be interesting, but I would Hush.
I don't think he's the right actor for it though. Like I don't think Robert Pattinson right now is the right actor for Hush.
Okay, gotcha.
Because remember, Hush took Bruce Wayne's face at one point. So
right.
So I think he needs to. I think the character, not Robert, but I think the character
needs to grow a bit.
Batman
basically
needs to grow. Right. It needs
so
to be
maybe three. Maybe that will be three. Like think about it. If we get three with Hush and or Court of Owls or even both, two can be Black Mask, and that's where you really get that figurehead into the underworld.
Yeah.
That Batman literally has to go through villain after villain after villain after villain. And mind you, it's not even his main rogue gallery. We're going through the little ones. So Arkham Asylum, Black? What they call the other place?
Blackgate.
Blackgate. There we go. We go through Arkham Asylum. We go through Blackgate. We can go through Bellevue. We can go through all these.
I mean, what's the name? What I thought was cool was that Catwoman mentioned. I almost said Belterre. Ain't that some shit? Bloodhaven.
There we go.
That was cool.
Right.
I mean, because that is where she disappeared. That's where she left. She left for Bloodhaven.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we know later down the road that ends up becoming Nightwing's stomping grounds. But
yeah, of course.
Something I'll tell you, I don't like two things, right? And they're minuscule. Number one, I don't know why, but Robert Pattinson is the king of awkward stares. Like I don't get why he does that all the time. There's just awkward fucking stares.
It works for Batman though.
No, nah.
It works.
Some of them, nah, man. Some of them just wasn't necessary.
Think about it. The car scene when
he's talking to Alfred, you're like, bro, come on, stop it. Like, nah, son, like, stop.
Yeah, he's like super brooding and lost, kind of. Yeah, I get that
because he's at that point where the life is the mission. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. Mm-hmm. I understand that. I'm not knocking that part. I'm just saying it's fucking weird. Secondly, the other weird thing is if you ever watch him, right? If he's talking straight, whenever he talks, like his neck and his jaw for some reason like comes out like this. Like I don't know why, but it's so weird. It's so awkward. Watch the movie again.
So it's more so he moves with his head. He doesn't move with his full body, basically.
Yeah, yo, dude, it's so weird. It's all head and neck. It's all just this. Like I don't
like fucking Icebox,
like a turtle.
like the Icebox video.
Yeah, like I don't
Mario.
I don't get it. It's like the T-Pain but front. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, I'm just, and that's just like I said, that's just me being stupid. Like that's just something I spotted while I was watching the movie.
Nah, I get it.
But honestly, one of the funny stare moments was when they were kicking in the music. This is after Penguin's car turns over, and you see he's like, "What's going on?" And you see the feet starting to creep in. Then you see the camera start to pan in and zooming into his face. Like that is a part where the stare works. But
No,
from
yeah,
every angle of like
no,
his
right. Not
discovery of a
everything need
riddle,
that shit. Not
right?
every
Like
scene
from him
needs a stare.
discovering the
Needs an awkward
riddle,
stare.
looking into like the cage, and they show
Right.
his face zooming in. Then you switch to what he's looking at. Then you switch back to him still giving the weird stare.
Yeah,
Like
like and then
it's
this
weird
with this
cinematography.
with the
Yeah.
head down and like the looking around. Like, all right, come on, man. Like, even while you were lost, quote unquote, you still had your pride. Like, you were still a person who had your head, who kept your head up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, I didn't mind Zoe's. I almost called her Zaldana. Kravitz. I enjoyed her work. I think
Yeah,
her
I think
fight
it was a
scenes.
role
I
for
think her
her.
fight. I
Yeah,
think the fight scenes were on point for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad movie. Like I would give it a 7.5.
Hmm.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was the
I
best
don't think it's
Batman
the
movie ever
Batman
made.
movie ever. No,
I don't think it's the
definitely.
best superhero movie ever made. I think
No,
it could be top 7, but
maybe top 10.
yeah, maybe top 10. So maybe I'll give it a 8. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think
It-
I think people are hating it because of previous notions, because everybody know that Robert Pattinson was a shiny vampire at one point. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like
it gets a 8. It gets a solid 8 for me. Like I said, I never really give a lot of movies 10s, because there's always room for improvement. I think it starts off slow, and I think
Right.
that's where a lot of the problem it usually lies with.
yeah,
And once you get over the fact that yes, they just were focusing more on Batman being a detective instead of the vigilante badass that we know him to be,
Right.
you could look past it and still enjoy the movie. Like it wasn't god awful, it wasn't terrible. And I just think that a lot of movie goers, like if you are a comic book fan, you have to like let go of that. I feel like you just need to let go of that gatekeeping of these movies not being just like how it is in the comics. But then again, I blame that on Marvel
Marvel.
simply because this is the only play that's really where it all stemmed from. It stemmed from because you see it linked some way in Marvel. You expect the same thing for DC when it's just like
right. Not everything is going to be the same.
The
it's
difference
not
to
going to be the
me,
same. The whole point is I feel, and I always said I feel like the whole point of the DC movies is they just want you to be entertained. Just be
right?
entertained by it. And once you let go, once you get past that, you're like, okay, I could watch this. This is
Yeah,
doable.
I
it's like Marvel fans tend to cater to fans. Like there's a lot of
right.
fan service in their movies.
I
DC to where there is still a
mhm.
lot of fan service. DC will always seem, until now, DC has always seemed like the darker
Yeah,
brand,
they've always been
regardless of
about
like
tone.
Elseworld stories or multiversal stories, or even some of the stories within the comics.
Right.
Oh, I don't want to say comics, within the main line on both Marvel and DC.
Hmm.
Um, but I think Batman opens up. I think this particular Batman opens up a new a new live action aspect for Batman.
Right.
Um, the we said it. The detective work is really I
Yeah.
to me the detective work is what stands out.
Right.
I think because
The
I think
detective work is what.
when he was really trying to figure out those riddles, it really
Yes,
was like he not even want to figure them out. He knew them off rip and it was trying to like save some of them. Like I think like the first one, like the first riddle, they were a little upset. They were like, "Oh, he's not supposed to be here. He's a vigilante. Like, why do you
right.
have him here, Gordon?" And he literally answered the riddle in like less than 20
Hmm.
seconds. He already had it done.
And
Like,
shout out to Jeffrey Wright playing an awesome Commissioner Gordon.
oh,
Awesome.
Yeah, he
absolutely.
did his thing.
Awesome. The raspiness in the voice, the demeanor itself was just
Yeah.
great. But yeah, I agree completely. DC has always been about tone. Marvel has more been so about the
Look,
fan service.
aesthetics.
And when I say tone, in the sense that they've tried so much to do different things, in the sense of it's not completely full of action. And I think that's really what spoils a lot of people with the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies are always filled with action. DC's tried at least to dive into different realms.
Right.
Marvel's doing it more so now because they're doing the TV stuff, and that allows them to open up, the pathways to different types of genres. But DC's been doing it. It's just their execution has not fared well with the moviegoers and such and
Right.
such.
That's true.
So things like Joker was the one that they threw the dart at the dartboard and it stuck. Fun stuff like Shazam, they tried to do something fun and wasn't dark. Look, it worked. Aquaman, the same. Aquaman was a bit of action, a bit of fun, a bit of serious tone, and it worked. So I think at least at this point now, they're going to find their footing and hopefully they make more successes. But that's kind of why I bring up now I'll go back to the whole Batgirl situation being in this universe, because she's going to start to pick away at Batman's rogues gallery as well. The villain in the Batgirl movie is supposed to be Firefly, which I thought would have been an amazing
That would
villain.
be fucking sick.
That's confirmed, by the way. And if I tell you who's casted as him, you'll be like even more. So I got to see
Matthew McConaughey.
No, Brendan Fraser is playing Firefly.
Wow,
I gotta see it.
that's big.
But I don't know if he's going to still be heavy set or if he's going to lose the weight a bit and fit it a bit more. But the Batgirl is set in the Batman's universe. And
Okay.
I think Leslie Grace, if I remember correctly.
Don't remember who that is.
She is she's Latina, but I don't remember if that's her exact name. Don't quote me on that. But just double check and let me know. But they said that they're going to do a comic accurate look for her. It's not going to be, dark and brooding. She's going to get her colors.
Yeah, you're right. It's Leslie Grace. She's a singer, songwriter, actress. 27 from the Bronx. Hey, that girl's so good.
Was anybody not? I guess was anyone happy to see? Well, I would say happy. Did anyone not I guess enjoy the cinematography of when they were at the grave, where Batman and Catwoman were at the grave, and then they just decided, Catwoman was trying to get Batman to come with her,
yeah.
We need a Bloodhaven and everything.
Yeah, that was dope.
But then she kind of saw the sign. She's just like, nah, the city needs you more. And it's just like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
and then they pan out to the bike.
Yeah, they're panning out, and it's just like you see it, you saw it. It was just like, she already dipped out on her bike with her cat. She brought a cat with her. She's even with the cat and everything. I mean, and then here go Batman. He's right behind her, and it's like they ride side by side and everything until they get that fork. She went that way.
I think.
And man staring at her in the mirror, he's love struck.
The reveal for the bike was dope too, because he was riding a normal motorcycle until that point,
right?
It
the bike.
It goes to show that it's starting. He's starting to really go into this Batman motif.
The bike,
or the Bat motif. Excuse me.
The bike.
By the
wasn't
way,
he? What wasn't the Batmobile? What about the Batmobile?
The Batmobile.
It was a Mustang, wasn't it?
It was
or a Viper.
No funny shit. There's some people that really had a problem with
that. Shit was hot.
In a muscle car. What's wrong with that?
I was extremely confused because I was like, the Batmobile actually is kind
of makes sense.
It was fire. It was just
but him being in a muscle car and it's supposed to be a modern yet steampunk-esque version of Batman,
and he's in a muscle car. What do you want?
Right, you can't expect him to have all that.
He's not gonna have no 30-foot chassis. Come on.
No, but just the fact that it was
That's
built
it.
the way it was, it looked
It
amazing.
looks crazy.
It looked
Yo, that
amazing.
Batgirl looks dope though, and it's the newer one, like that 2016 Batgirl.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
she looks dope. Cute.
Well, guys, Stretch may not be here in person or live, but
She looks dope.
shout out to
Hey,
Professor
what's good,
Stretch.
Stretch?
Yes, we got Crush. We still got Stretch here in some way, shape, or form.
I enjoyed that movie because it kind of addressed how Batman himself is largely responsible in a way for some of his own villains. Which
Yep.
is
I
very
mean, yeah,
fucking
I mean
dope.
that's a given. That's a
Him
given.
and his family.
You know,
Him and his family.
Because if you saw how many of them motherfuckers was in Arkham Asylum over here laughing it up and shit, I'm like, yeah, it's everybody that Batman.
most of
put in.
Batman's villains is because of him.
Yep.
Like it's crazy.
No, but it really was so crazy. It's like it was also kind of wild to see like how the Riddler like basically was low key putting not even the blame on the government, but he really put all the blame on the Waynes. Like he was basically trying to make Thomas Wayne look like he was a fraud and all
I
of
mean,
these
but
things.
that was
And
also, you know, that's how he
and it's
felt.
just and you look at it, you like it was like, and then you're
Because
seeing
he had his own. It was his truth, and
because
that's
it
that was
is
the
his
crazy
truth.
part
It is
about
his truth because it's like, oh, like yo, I voted for you. I was voted for him to be mayor of Gotham. He said he was going to bring change, and then he dies. And it's just like all of this shit was a lie. And it's
I
just
mean, not
like,
only that, just like he's like, you know, y'all announced this foundation that's supposed to help all of these people, and you do this orphanage that I was there that when you know I was on stage when he was giving this amazing speech, and he was supposed to change everything, and then once the Waynes died, you know, everything went up in the air, like everything went to smoke, and nobody gave a fuck about it.
but that's another. But it's like, I guess in defense of the Wayans, you got to go and say it's like, well, bro, like it's unfortunate this shit happened to you in the orphanage, but how could you expect the change to continue if the person that was trying to push for the change is no longer here?
Right.
He didn't, and clearly he didn't leave out a foundation. He didn't leave nothing out. He was just like, well, this was probably going to be something that he was going to be on touch and go, but he couldn't do it because he's dead. So it's just like I looked at it. I was just like, I get what Riddler is
and
doing.
Bruce is a kid at
Yeah,
the
and
time.
Bruce is a
So it's
kid.
not
Like,
like Bruce is
why would
taking
you
care of
expect a
everything.
child? Why would you expect an 8-year-old boy to like
Sends
get
to the
all,
father.
to just now all of a sudden take all this responsibility and help you out? I understood, like I said, I understood Riddler's gripe. I understood his like his rage for the city, but then I also was looking at it. I was like, bro, you could have literally just like let this go. Like that's not even his fault. Like that's not even fair. That's not fair.
Psycho ass.
And it's so, but I like it was so wild. Like even watching because I watched it again today actually, and it's like to even see like like I said, this is one of the first times that I'm actually seeing like the Riddler like really get his hands dirty because I just like from what I always remember the Riddler.
You never see him get his hands dirty.
Yeah, he wasn't the type to be going around with a fucking like chassel and out here knocking mayor candidates out and killing them after they turned the TV off. I was like, whoa.
Like he beat the shit out of his henchmen, but never really like.
Yo, he got like bombs stuck to lawyers' necks and blowing them up straight up. And that was even that's that same thing when it was at that so-called mayor candidate's funeral. And he had the bear trap bomb on the man's neck, and he's like literally telling him like making him try to guess the riddles quickly. Like, come on now, you got 2 minutes. You better get it quickly. And when it got to the last question, like oh, like who's gonna like basically saying the riddle of like who's the informant? And it's like Batman was even saying like it's a rat. Who's the rat? And the guy and even the lawyer's like, I can't do it. It's like if I do it, like they're gonna kill my family.
Either way.
And it's just And it's like, bro, you literally have less than 20 seconds to live. You might as well just say it. You're dead anyways. And he's just over here like, no, they'll kill you too. And it's just like, and I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't revealed that it was Falcone that was the rat, I was over here thinking, I'm like, damn, who the fuck is the rat? At first I thought I said it would have been one of the other like police sergeants.
Yeah.
That was the rat. And I was like, yo, he's saying like, oh, they'll kill him too. I'm like, yo, is this the way they're introducing the court? I thought that was the way they were introducing the court.
Right.
Oh shit, the Court of Owls is probably in on it with the Riddler. So they got the Riddler doing their dirty work and shit. And it's like, yo, if motherfuckers scar, I was like, yo. It was a while.
But that's very possible that is linked, not directly linked to the
Yeah.
Riddler
No, but
working
it
with
could.
them.
Right.
Well,
But-
because they always said that they were pulling the strings from behind, from the darkness, anyways.
Right,
They
but I'm
always-
saying,
they
like, say
always-
for example, they had chess pieces in place, so not
Oh,
that they
I will
actually
say this.
spoke with these people.
No, I'm gonna say this: if Azazel ends up being in the Batman 2, then you know it's a Court of Owls. If
Okay.
Azazel's in, if
You know what?
Azazel, if Azazel's in the next movie, you know it's a Court
That
of
would be
Owls.
crazy.
because that's their hired gun.
Yeah,
Something else I thought that was really cool was to watch the Riddler's descent into madness.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
and not saying he wasn't crazy, quote unquote, before, but once he got locked up and he saw Batman face to face and they had that conversation,
Yup.
you literally watched the Riddler descend further and further
he
into madness.
He kept telling him,
I
like, you
think
can't-
this is how we get the Riddler that we are used to.
Yeah.
Right.
And he kept telling the schizophrenic Riddler, because
Yeah.
it's like he kept telling him, like, oh, you can't save them. You can't save them. He like literally trying to like make it seem like, yo, you're not gonna be able to save them. And in a sense, I wouldn't say that Batman wasn't able. I would say he
wasn't. People died. Period.
People still died. He still was able. He was still able to avert the catastrophic disaster that would have been unfolded if he really wasn't there. Because you got to remember, a lot of that shit happened. Like they blew up the Javits Center.
Yeah, they would.
No. They blew up the Javits Center. They blew up the Javits Center. They blew up partially part of MSG. They blew up the fucking
train station.
They blew up the train stations. They blew up another power generator.
Shit, they flooded the whole city.
These
bro.
were the
but that's what I'm
the whole
saying.
city.
Like,
These are things that couldn't be avoided. The actual new mayor, who was a black woman, by the way, she got shot. She ended up getting shot. Luckily, she wasn't killed. But that would, I think, if she was going to be killed, that would have put Gotham in a chokehold. That would have been,
right.
It would have ended everybody, because then everybody would have went into disarray. Because they're like, yo, like
that rifleman was such a bad shot, man. He shot her.
I mean, right, and
shot her
and
like in the hip or something like that. Like,
yeah,
bro, he could.
Yeah, it's just it's a good movie. I
said it was a great movie for the tone, because you really don't get Detective Batman.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why
I'm a person who love psychological shows. I will give you a list of psychological animes to watch, movies. I love that shit, because I like to be in the position of, let me figure out who the killer is.
Yeah.
And I think another problem is everybody keeps linking these Batman movies. They keep, because of what you were brought up on with the Batman movies, you enjoyed like the Dark Knight. You enjoyed the Dark Knight. You enjoyed the Dark Knight Rises. You enjoyed Batman, Batman Forever, Batman Begins. You enjoyed that trilogy series, so you feel like no matter what, nothing is going to be able to replace or top that. And I'm over here in my head. I'm like, yo, dude, were y'all not here for when it was the Batman? Y'all wasn't here for Batman Forever. Y'all wasn't like we've had plenty of Batmans in the past where Batman was
comic related.
Not only was he the ass kicker, he was a detective first. So this is just part of the story. He's a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him be the fucking detective.
And it's year 2 Batman. It is not, hey, I've done all these cases.
Right.
I know these rogue gallery people. I know how they work. Let's go do this. It's not that. This is ground up Batman. Yeah. So if you really and truly are a fan of Batman, you'll love this because of the layers that they're adding to the character.
Right. That's a fact.
That's not to say part 2 is going to be the same detective thing over and over again. But to say that you hated the movie because it's slow, then you really don't know what detective work is.
Right.
You watch abridged episode, you watch abridged cases in Law and Order where they don't really get to the detective work like that. But point A, you have the victim, you have the case. Point B, they're looking for the suspect. They're getting the clues together. Sometimes they get who they need to, and it doesn't end the same way that it should,
Right.
or it doesn't turn out the way that they think it is. And then you have the end of the episode. Sometimes it's to be continued. Sometimes they end it right there in one episode. You can't get that
gents,
all the time.
real quick, what do y'all think about this idea for a villain? And I think you mentioned it, but there was a specific reason why I say it. So Mad Hatter about Batman 2. What's dope about the Mad Hatter is one connection. If y'all think y'all could guess it real quick. One connection with the first movie.
Mad Hatter, what was the first? You talking about the Batman Begins?
No. With the
So on this current movie.
This one, yeah.
The Mad
What's
Hatter,
up, Matt?
Good, Matt.
Who did
You ready? The twins.
Twins are twins.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Oh, fucking yeah, bro. I don't know. Yo, K Marvel. I don't know why when you said with the Mad Hatter, I don't know why I blanked out and it was all of, I was gonna link her with. I don't know why I blanked out and I was linking her with Morgan Le Fay and Mordred. That's
God. Imagine they have to say that for like one of the fantastical movies, but definitely
bro, like the saddest part is
anything Marvel.
The saddest part is I think the only time I was so hyped to see Morgan Le Fay was in Gotham, was for the final season of Gotham, and they did her in Mordred. They didn't do her justice. So now I don't know. That's another villain that I kept in the tuck to hope that they make a Batman movie of, or they make any type of.
No, they're gonna do that as like a team up movie. I don't think she's not meant for Gotham. Her reach is not meant for Gotham.
She's meant not at all.
I see her more in Marvel than I do in DC.
Really?
But because there is that character, that Morgan Le Fay character in Marvel too. But
it's not. They're not the same, really.
No,
I know
so
they're
many,
not. I'm just
so
saying in general.
It's Morgan Le Fay. It's Morgan Le Fay. It's Brother Blood. It's
oh my god! If Brother Blood is actually a really fucking good choice. Brother Blood is actually a really good choice.
But I think is what?
Aren't those the people from Hive?
Brother Blood.
No. Brother Blood is from Hive. Morgan Le Fay she's her own separate. Like she's just her.
She's more so on the side of like Etrigan and all.
Yeah, I was about to say like Morgan Le Fay.
No. Yeah, that I know.
But you know what I think? I think Morgan Le Fay would
probably Celine and all of them.
Like, that's for like if they decide to finally put like Justice League Dark on. Like,
Justice League Dark. I thought they said that that's something they were gearing towards.
So the fucked up thing is they signed J.J. Abrams to sort of run the DC thing. And he's 3 years into his 5-year contract, and that was what he was supposed to be doing, Justice League Dark. That's what he was supposed to be setting up. But instead, we get the animated movies.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they've been...
And also, another crazy thing is the Zack Snyder movies was supposed to be a trilogy, and exactly how Justice League Dark went was exactly how the trilogy was supposed to go.
Yeah, and it sucks. It really does suck because they have that shit had potential, and then this fucking buyout just happened. So now we're just like, well,
who knows? Well, we got Marvel. So ladies and germs, just for a heads up, next Thursday, will be a very special episode. We got a couple birthdays coming up that we're really excited about. Also next Thursday, same day, right? Yeah. Thursday, we will be on an episode of the Wrestling Experience.
Not next Thursday, week after.
The week after.
It's the week after. Excuse me. I apologize.
Next Thursday, May 5th.
Yeah.
We will be doing something. But
the week after would be
which
the
is
12th.
May 12th.
Excuse me.
Right.
We'll be on the Wrestling Experience with Cole, and then so that's gonna be real fun. It'll be all four of us on the podcast, so we're all really excited about that. Like I said, definitely be tuned in to next week's episode. Also, I just want to give a big shout out to Battle Club Pro. I finally got to meet Big Swole. Shouts out to her, wonderful person. Even if it was for that short interaction, they put on a hell of a card that night. So shout out to Jobber Tears and Battle Club Pro again.
Shout out to
crushing it
Main
like
Event,
always.
Shouts to y'all. Shouts
Yeah,
to
shout
y'all.
out to Main Event, killing it.
which is
Retaining
the
titles.
match that we sponsored, by the way, the
Yes,
tag team
sir. The tag
championship
title.
for.
Yeah. Yeah, they did their thing. Shouts out to Prolific. Shouts out to all the Fallout students. They did their thing. Colossal Mike. Oh my god, I forgot I'm blanking on his last name. That's killing me.
Mike
But
Law.
yeah, Mike Law, excuse me. Oh, that's horrible. Thank you. Mike Law showed up was on AEW recently. Also, Trish
shit.
and Dora is in a trios match with Willow
Her and Willow
someone else.
Nightingale and
Yeah.
Sky Blue
Sky Blue, yes.
against the baddie section
Yep.
on Friday.
Yeah. So that's that. Got y'all with the like. Shouts out to Matt. We appreciate you, brother. I know. Yeah. Next week's gonna be fun, bro. I got you.
Yeah, next week
Uh,
when we know what we know, we will tell you guys.
Yeah.
But definitely
Yeah, we
be
got
tuned in. It will be next Thursday. We're going to be on for a few Thursdays as
Yes,
of
sir.
May. So
Well, yes, actually, not a few Thursdays. We're probably going to be on for Thursdays permanently because as of now, the Nets are done. They are out.
Hey!
So I do not have to be worried about being under the shackles of the Nets organization. I can say this freely because it is not. I'm not going to get fired. I know this. So now that that dream is dead and gone and buried,
or swept.
You'll be seeing and swept. We'll see
Under the rug.
You'll see us for a couple of Thursdays now.
So should I just plug us like with all the hype that I usually do?
I mean, again, you can. Like, we'll probably be here every Thursday, y'all, except for the 12th because we'll be on there for the wrestling experience. But every Thursday you'll see us
share it. We can still share it with on our page, so that'll be
Absolutely.
dope.
Oh yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, you will find us on for damn near every Thursday for the time being, for the foreseeable future. Shouts out to our brother Chris. We know you couldn't make it today, brother. We carried this episode, and we will see you next week. Shouts out to everybody who came in
next week.
Shouts out to everybody who came in the group: Matt, Courtney, Tiff, Kim, Jesse. Shouts out to Jesse. Happy birthday again, brother.
Shout out to Tim and shout out to Yachty.
Yep. Just about to get to that too. But gentlemen, as always, like I always say,
you forgot.
What did I forget?
You forgot.
On May 20th. May 20th.
We're gonna have Takeover versus STB, Shane Taylor Promotions, and we might have something special in store for May 19th.
Yeah, let's see what we can do. That's going to be a really big night. We're really excited for everybody involved. Shouts out to Biggie, aka Eric from
Backstage
Backstage Brawl. They're doing real big things, and I'm real happy for them. Real proud of them. But as always, like always, gentlemen, let's do what we do. And since the man isn't here, I'll just do it like this. He is the human encyclopedia. He is Big Stretch. You can follow his Instagram at Jador Sapio and his Twitter at Jador Stretch.
Mm-hmm. Your turn, buddy Opal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you already know, you can follow me at on Instagram and on Twitter, Forever Thiefin. It is Mr. After Hours, Mr. QS himself. Once again, I'd like to say, shout outs to my good brother Jesse. Of course, happy birthday, bro. You already know this episode is for you. I'll give another shout outs to the one and only Miss Truth, my ace. Shout outs to Blaze, the bro. Shout outs to Nothing But the Truth podcast. Y'all already know. Can't wait for y'all to see what y'all doing even more, doing y'all thing. You already know it's love. Freud, Mari, on the Fillmore Boys podcast. Shout out to y'all too. You already know how we rock, Freud. You already know, bro. As always, I'm always here. Give another shout outs to Moses. Moses, thank you always for showing support when you can. If you can, it's all good.
Exactly.
And as always, like I said, we're on the road. Shout outs also to everyone that is personally in our lives that's still supporting us. Like I said, you already know. Like, share, subscribe. We still on that road to 200. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we don't. Also, Also, I actually am going to tell y'all take this ad down. This is actually somebody. This is actually another important thing that I want to see him get his followers up. My own brother, my personal brother, my good friend Daryl. He actually did start his own another page, but he started his page specifically for sneakers. He is a sneaker collector. So please, he is on the road to 100. So please, you could add this, follow this at respect the same way how you spell RESP.
Respect.
Respect underscore my underscore souls SOLES. So please always, as you already know,
Respect as in the full
yes, respect. Yes, it's full respect.
RESPCT.
CT, yep, RESPCT underscore my underscore souls. Respect my souls.
Boom, there it is.
You already know, brother. You already
There
know.
it is.
Now. Please, y'all, follow that boy. Trust me, this is one of the best sneakerheads that I know. Sneaker collect. I won't even say call him sneakerhead. That's for the hype. Sneaker collector was a legend, legend in the making.
Sneaker legend.
Let's get this to let's get his page out there. You already know, road to 100. You already know, bro. It's love. Thank you, y'all. That's all I got.
And as for me, it is the chairman, the CEO, the whatever the fuck you want to put me as. I don't really care. But my name is Striker Dragoon. My Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch is just the same. And my YouTube, I think, is in the description below. If it's still there, I don't know. But definitely follow me. Definitely subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm on the road to 100 so I can get my channel officialized. And that way I don't have to share all this extensive letters and numbers in the freaking link. Like, I want my actual official page. So please subscribe. I will definitely be streaming. I have a lot of stuff to stream. If you are interested, tomorrow night when I get home, I'll probably be streaming some Def Jam Fight for New York tomorrow.
Hey,
I am very much in the mood
get everybody on
to
that
do
one.
some retro. And if you guys are interested, I want everybody to come through and just watch. I can get the guys on. We can talk shit, and we could all do this during SmackDown. So
SmackDown.
Doesn't matter.
I'm for it.
And also shout out to DQ, shout out to Kat. Thank you guys for the awesome 420 anime cosplay party that we went to. Hopefully we are there for many, many more. Hopefully you do have many more. Shout out to the guy dancing for 4+ hours. Like he was nonstop dancing. The entertainment was great. Shout out to DJ Prezi.
Honestly,
shout out to the Weeknd. Goddamn.
That's how you know funny shit. That's how you know. That was a good ass vibe. Granted, like I say, when I going out, I wasn't trying to. Granted, the DJ was turned. I wasn't going to sit out there and put on a show or nothing. I like when I go out to those type of vibes. I just want to be chill.
Thank you so much.
And that's what I was, and I was just glad that that's all I was able to do. Like I came out there, I said I was going, Belated that's just like it was 420 pop up. You already knew the weed was being sold out, and it would just see so many other black businesses there. If it's a black business, I'm automatic. I feel inclined.
Yep, that's it.
I just feel inclined to support because I feel like it's part of my DNA, it's part of my race. And if I don't support any black business, I feel like I'm slapping the ancestors in the face. So I don't want no bad karma on me. So that's why I'd be like, I ended up spending more money than I should have. But it was for a great cause. Like as you can see, I'm over here wearing. If you see, like, my skin was a little bit glowing a little bit because of the lotion that I bought from them. Like I got.
Oh yeah, shout out to was it Natural Essentials?
Yeah, Natural Essentials. That's a fact.
Right.
Then you even got they had the weed infused food.
Shout out to Get Smacked.
Get Smacked. Yeah,
I was in a different universe or multiverse
with that, and those edibles, man. Listen.
Bruh.
I got warheads and I got some regular
you have the peach. You got the peach gummies that I got that I ran through. I think you used the warhead.
Oh yeah, I had the Warhead and the P Gummies.
I wish I bought the. I wish I got the Warheads. I love Warheads.
Well, I mean, you probably would have, because honestly, with me, granted, it's two different strands. I was just like, I felt like I was a pro at this, so I was just like, I'll take two of them. And I ain't gonna lie, I had a good ass ride. It was a great high,
Bro,
I've
we were both in that couch chilling, bro.
I've been in a chill mood ever since. And I already know exactly.
You said ever since.
Because I already know you gotta, when you get edibles like that, you gotta space it out. You be like, you know,
Yeah, you gotta chill.
Yeah, it's gotta make me last like a good minute. So I know as soon as when this last edible is done, well, I guess I ain't gonna be mellowed out no more. It just is what it is. Like, we have the cards, we have the information. If y'all want some,
chill.
let us know.
We'll post it.
But also,
and as always, I am K Marvel. You can find me at Mr. Marvel on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me at Twitch at Mr. Marvel _87. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, there is something I have in the works on my Twitch. Me and my boy Bagman.
Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah, for real. Shout out to my man's Ricky. We are doing a crossover video game show called Brand Supremacy.
Okay.
That's right, baby. We are doing the GM mode from WWE 2K22. We're gonna have a bunch of guests on it. Also, like just coming through, you know, the four corners going to be there. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be something different for the both of us too. But yeah, I'm really excited. So that's definitely in the works. It's gonna come out real soon. I believe we are going to do a live draft. So I'll definitely let y'all know when that is coming up, because we'll be real excited, and we'll also show that on YouTube on our Council of Commentary page. So that'll be really cool. You can follow the Four Corners of Commentary on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch at the Council of Commentary. You can follow us on TikTok at Council of Commentary, and you can follow us on Twitter at CO Commentary. Also, you can follow the Four Corners of Commentary on all of your favorite streaming platforms. Some examples are YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, and iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate everybody's support from day one to now. Like I said, next week, hopefully we got something really cool in store for y'all. The week after also, and we got nothing but big things coming up. Ladies and gentlemen,
a big month.
Chill.
It's gonna be a big month.
Ladies and gentlemen, shouts out to our boy, our brother Stretch, who also couldn't be on the episode. Brother, we love you. And I'll throw up the extra one for you. We are your wait. The banners weren't ready. Not the brand thing wasn't ready. We are your Four Corners of Commentary. Get it? Because one of these got to be for Stretch. You feel me?
Heard.
And we out. Peace.